Okay, Coach, thank you. We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C. That's where the home of the Washington Redskins resides, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Washington Redskins. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10. Now Haskins on first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Don't get nervous. Check 9, check 9. 25, check 25, check 25.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Check 31, check 4.
Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
He can run for it, and he will. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Haskins not the most mobile of quarterbacks, but delivering there on the scramble to pick up the first. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Watch the screen. Check 24. Boom, boom. Check.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. He'll let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. We documented it last week. They played so well defensively. 4 interceptions. Tried to get their hands on another one there.
And when you've had 4 the previous week, you are just itching for more the very next week. And there was a great opportunity. It went by the wayside, but let's not underscore what's going on with this defensive unit. They are around the ball every time it's being put in the air.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Watch safety creep. Whoa. Safety's creeping. Hey, Mike, signal.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. This is caught inside the 15. 33 yards that time.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
On 1st down, this is Geis. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down now, it's Gibson, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
2nd and goal from the 1. On the ground, Geis. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Darius Geis, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Redskins take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's good, and the Redskins take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Go. Ready?
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones. And this is Shepard on the catch. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Let's go. 10-2 star. 80 weapons. 65.
On third down, here's Jones. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your...
A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Washington! Darius Geis with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Giants nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready up.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Another try after the first down sack. Jones is going to fire one deep over the middle, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll run it with Jones. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
This is Jones. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give it to him.
And got his man complete. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 44 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 30.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. Deuce.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Hey, I'm Hayward. Coming after you.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, Zoo! Hey, check Mike 6, Mike 6!
Not today, you won't. Not today.
Recon, 132 fighter!
Tighten up. Joker, 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 Joker.
Hit it!
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Running right, Jones. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A good return there, 17 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Stop your whining.
Watch twist, bro. Kill.
59's Mike. 66.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Steven Sims Jr. in the final seconds of the first half. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory, already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained. maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Shift. You draw quarters. Check 13.
Again, it's Jones. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after them now.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Hey, tighten down. There you go. Any weapon. Check, Mike 6. Don't let him. Hey, Delta. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Don't let him breathe, defense.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. And that'll set them back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Pull it high. Three down. Check 52.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Pass complete here to Sanders. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. And this hasn't been the typical game, no doubt, for Emmanuel Sanders. They've really limited him.
He's one of those players that provides a real spark when he gets going. And when he does it, it's felt by the rest of the team, and they're feeling it in this one because right now they're trailing.
In on the stop, the safety, Troy Apke.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Giant, Landon Collins. The 20. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Jones. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Hey, box drop. Hey, check Mike 6. Go. Let's go.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Being chased out left. He may try and run for this.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Switch.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he will finally be taken down up at the 43. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Geis showing he's going to be an important part of this Redskin backfield as he's in there again for 1st down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A little over 20 yards there, and in 2 plays, they've now moved the ball over 60 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Haskins steps away to his left. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 18.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom, he took advantage of it. Now a toss. This is Geis. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point good by Hopkins, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Giants nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 29-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
First down.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The Giants on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9.
Sam off.
Now Jones. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Here's Haskins out of the gun. And he finds McLaurin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Haskins going to try to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, they've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
Switch gears.
Following the penalty, it's Geis. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his...
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. A good game there on first down. That run will get them 7 up to the 32-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Check. Check hot route. Hot route. Slam.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. So hail to the Redskins as they get the victory here. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Redskins, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on